Well, welcome, sports fans, to another edition of Play It Right. And, well, in this edition, we've got special personalities because we'll focus on karate. We all know that there will be a World Karate Championships coming up. And we've got with us the members of the Philippine team, plus the president of our Karate Federation. This is Quinito Henson, and with me,
I'm Dyan Castillejo. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're so excited to hear from our national team of karate, of course, headed by Ricky Lim, and they're going to the World Championships. I am just personally so happy that other sports are coming alive, that we're back to competition and gunning for a world title in Dubai. So, you want to start it off, Quinito?
yeah, well, first of all, let's introduce everyone. You mentioned Ricky Lim is with us. He's the president of our Karate Federation, and he's got great news because after about a 2-year wait, we finally have approval from the World Karate Federation sanctioning our association to be legit, and that's great news. We also
Fantastic.
have, yeah, we also have Jamie Lim, our Southeast Asian Games 2019 gold medalist. We have Sarah Pangilinan, all the way from Osaka, Japan, and she is with her father Richie, and Joco Vasquez, who is our kata specialist, and that's our cast for today's edition. We might be able to bring in Junna Tsukii all the way from Serbia a little bit later on. She's running late, some technical difficulties, but maybe during the show we can bring her in. So, to get it started, to get our show rolling, Ricky, tell us about first your federation and how tough was it to get that accreditation from the World Karate Federation? And secondly, tell us about your plans for the World Karate Championships to be held in Dubai this month.
Well, we started the Karate Pilipinas Sports Federation last 2018. No? The previous federation was disaffiliated, and then we were able to apply for the new federation, and we were recognized 2018 November. But it was just like a provisionary membership. Now, after 2 years, uh, we were we were supposed to be awarded last 2020 for the regular membership, no, as a regular member. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, we didn't have any congress. So this year we are having the World Championships, and at the same time the World Karate Federation Congress. So we will be awarded as a regular member already for the World Karate Federation.
Well, tell us about these World Championships coming up, November 16 to 21 in Dubai.
Yes. The championships will start on November 16 until the 21st. The reason for that, it's so long because we have about 149 countries participating, and we are also having the para karate championships in between those dates. So that's why it's a 5-day competition. So we're really looking forward to that. No?
Fantastic. Okay, so and Ricky, you are going to be bringing four athletes: Jamie, Sarah, Joco, and Juna. Is that correct?
Yes, we have a triple J coming and with a S.
We can start with Jamie. Jamie, hi. So, SEA
Hi.
Games gold medalist, math summa cum laude. Tell us, kumusta yung preparation mo for this World Championships? I mean, I guess it's where have you been training and how ready are you for it? Because I
Yes.
hear
So
that you
I've
beat
been
a former world champion or in the Olympic qualifiers. So, man, they must be watching out for you.
yes, I'm very excited because it's gonna be my first World Championships, and I've been training in the bubble in Baguio. So it was kind of tough at first because it was high altitude training and syempre naninibago po and it was harder to breathe. But I've been training well, and as you can see, may mga black eye po ako dito and some bruises. So if it's
Oh my
been tough,
gosh, black
yeah, I know
eye.
here. But I felt that I trained the hardest I can, and it's a good continuation from our training ever since for Paris qualifiers po. So this whole year was about training for the Olympic qualifiers, and then it's a good continuation po for this World Championship. So I feel more prepared, and I hope I do well, and I hope that the training will pay off po.
How long have you, as a follow-up, how long have you been in the training bubble in Baguio?
A little over a month. I think it's a month and a half or 2 months. So I feel good, and I think we really trained well kami po ni na Joco, and we're feeling good po.
What I have to ask is, Jamie, you won the gold medal in the Southeast Asian Games in 2019 in the plus 61 division. All
Yes
right.
po.
And then in the Olympic qualifiers in Paris, when you beat the 2016 world champion, you also competed in the plus 61 category. But now with the world championships in Dubai, you're bringing down in weight. Wala na kasi yung plus 61. So they've rearranged the divisions in terms of weight. So you will be fighting in the minus 61 category in Kumite. How will that weight difference affect your chances? And was it difficult for you to go from being plus 61 to minus 61?
Mm. Actually, when we studied the players in minus 61 and plus 61, it looked like I could also fit well in the minus 61 based on the assessment of the coaches, like seeing the play style of minus 61. And considering my weight is really just borderline, I'm really 61 kilograms when I train. So it's really not difficult for me to be moving down the weight class. In the plus 61 category, I actually struggled in my second round against Tunisia because she was really a much bigger girl compared to me. And
Mm,
I took a
yeah.
sweep, a takedown early in the match, and I struggled from there. So it's gonna be the first time I'm playing in this minus 61 category, and I'm just excited to see how I'll fare. And I guess we'll see from what happens po in this World Championships how I'll be.
I wanted to sneak in a question, Karina, about your coaches. Your Turkish coach, si Okay Arpe, is that how you pronounce his name?
Arpa. Okay,
Okay,
Arpa.
Arpa. Okay. How has he been? You know that he was in Turkey and then he came over here. He stayed with you in the Baguio bubble. Um, when he saw that you were going to fight in the minus 61 category, did he make any sort of adjustments in your training regimen or in the way you're going to be preparing for the opposition in Dubai?
Mhm. Well, actually, he's been a great coach. I mean, ever since the SEA Games in 2019, to the Paris qualifiers, to this World Championships, he's just been really focused on me mostly, more than the opponent. So he knows me very well since we've been training together for 2 years. So every time I think he gains more knowledge about me and my play style. So the chemistry just becomes better, and he just really pushed me, especially for this World Championships. Like many days, I was super exhausted and training, and he'd push me to my limits. And I think it's going to pay off because of all the hardships that he's made me go through in this bubble. And I'm just grateful for his coaching and his system, and I'm excited to see the results.
Sarah, no, I wanted to, before shifting to Sarah and Joke, I wanted to ask Ricky, what is your assessment of Jamie competing in the minus 61? And I'm sure you know all the competition. What are your expectations from her at the World Championships?
Well, as Jamie said, no, she's at the borderline of her weight. She's normally 61, 62. So it's not that difficult for her to play at the lower class. Playing at the higher class is more difficult for her kasi when you say plus 61, meaning mga kalaro niya pati 70 kilos, 75. And there are some players that are
Yeah.
6'2", 6'3" in height. Jamie's just 5'8". No? Well,
Oh.
she's tall pa rin, no, for an average Filipina. But for competing in the minus 61, I would say she would be better there. She would be better off because she has more advantage because of the reach and the height. But I'm not saying that she's the tallest there, no? Kasi meron din mas malaki sa kanya eh. Like Vietnam is also tall, di ba, Jamie? So I'm really looking forward to that. I agree with all the decision of the coaches for her to play on the lighter class, but we'll see. No, I'm really optimistic and I'm really positive about it. I'm really thinking na I think she can get a medal this time.
How big is the draw, Jamie? Do you know?
Yeah, I think currently there are 66 players in my category so far.
68.
Okay, so that
Oh,
means
68.
60. So you have
68.
to win how many matches? 64, 32,
Or
16,
6 to 7.
Six. You have to win six.
Yeah.
It
6 to
depends.
Oh,
If
that's
we
7.
a lot.
if we do the round robin, if we do the round
More.
robin, we do 7, 2 plus 2 more.
But Diane, you remember in Heidelin Diaz's case, when she brought down her weight to a lower division, she won the silver medal
Yeah, it worked,
in
no?
2016.
Yeah.
Yes, it worked. And then her weight adjusted to 55 in Tokyo. So weight really makes a big difference
Yeah.
in any sport. In any sport. I'm interested to find out about Sarah and the way she's preparing for kata, and her father Richie is with her. Richie, tell us, Sarah was born in Japan. Um, she's competing for the Philippines. What is life like for Sarah on a daily basis, training for kata, training for these world championships?
Right now, sir, she's really after nung qualification ng Paris right now. Medyo maganda na yung ano ngayon niya, sir. Sorry po, Tagalog na lang po.
Okay.
Maganda na po yung performance niya after nung qualification ng Paris right now. Binigyan siya ng pressure ni Tsunama Sensei. Kasi after nung, I think last week, she just passed also in the famous university in karate, which is the name of the karate's university is the Kukushkistan. So,
Kukukistan?
yeah, I'm sorry. Kukushikan po.
Kukushikan, okay.
Yeah,
Parang university yun ng karate.
yeah po, opo.
Wow. Tapos she passed there.
Yes, sir.
Tsaka sinabi mo kanina, before we came on the air, that yung coach niya is the Tokyo Olympic silver medalist
Yes, sir.
in female kata.
Yes po.
Wow, that's something.
Galing.
Yeah. She's
Yeah.
now the world ranking number 2, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Very inspired ba si
So
Sarah?
you,
Can we
you
hear
must be
from you,
so
Sarah?
inspired, no?
Yeah. Sarah, how do you feel?
How do you feel? Do you kimochi? Mano kimochi?
試合に向けて。肩の調子も完璧に今調整できているので、とても楽しみにしています。調子がいいからできなそうだ。
Right now, sir, video excited,
sabi
looking forward siya sa itong Dubai World Championship.
So si Sarah speaks Japanese because she was born in Japan and has been there
Yes.
all her life, right? So
Yes, yes
marunong
po.
you talk to her in Japanese also?
Mix po. Mix. Tagalog, Bisaya, halo-halo ko na po.
Pero
Pero
ano,
yeah.
I can imagine na yung training mo under this silver medalist, Tokyo Olympics, must be super pamatay. Mga ilang oras ba yan? At nakita mo ba yung improvement ni Sarah
Yes
after being under this coach?
Yes, ma'am.
That's why we transfer here to
That's why we live in Tokyo for 18 years. We just moved here in Osaka because of that Sensei Tsunoyama.
So
So mga
sinundan
ilang
niyo yung
hours kayo
sensei.
nag-ensayo sa isang araw?
Like, nandiyan ka? If minus
in morning, lunchtime,
from morning and
afternoon,
almost 10 to 12 hours every day po.
Wow.
no study.
Kasi sa high school po niya, yung
Well,
Naniwang High
that's a lot,
School.
10
Yeah,
to 12 hours?
yes po. From Monday to Sunday.
That's the lifestyle in
great.
Oh
Japan.
my gosh.
Walang
That's how
break.
they do it. They run in the morning, train in lunchtime, and then they eat it again.
Wow.
Yeah, especially right now in high school.
Morning and lunchtime, that's training at school, the dojo in the school. In the evening, she trains with Sonoyama Sensei, the coach
Opo.
of the silver medalist ng Olympics. So she has
Oh.
private lessons there with Sonoyama
Oh,
Sensei.
Tapos yung
so
ano
she
niya po,
still goes to school. She still
sorry.
goes to physical school.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah
she's
po,
just
ma'am, yes. Sa
She
karate
still
din
goes
po,
to
ma'am. Sa
school
famous
after running in
high
the
school ng
morning.
karate is here. Sorry.
Bawal.
Tapos yung coach niya po sa high school ngayon, siya yung coach ng committee ng Japan po. National coach,
Wow.
na head coach ng
Coach sa high
national
school.
sa committee po.
Dayan, the running and the karate during lunchtime is the curriculum in the school.
I
Mm.
see. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's really
Grabe.
a sports. It's a sports high school or karate
Yes.
high school.
Yes.
Yes po.
Matanong ko
Wow.
lang, Richie, kailan
Yes,
yung last bisita ni Sarah sa Pilipinas?
Nung ano po, last SEA Games po.
And before
Last
that,
SEA Games at saka yung last ng nagkaroon yata ng yung Karate Federation ng selection ng nationals.
Yes.
After
bali,
nung
dalawang beses lang siya nakabisita?
Hindi.
hindi po.
Marami ng beses siya
Marami din po. Yeah po.
okay.
Because of the lockdown, she couldn't come here.
So Sarah,
Mm.
I
Okay.
just want to ask Sarah, what do you think of the Philippines, the 2 times that you visited? How was it for you?
Sarah, ego.
Okay.
You try.
Try.
I spent
In Cebu for 1
in
month.
Cebu from 1 month. Then my Lola is there in Cebu.
Your Lola, okay.
I went
Do you know
For-
any Tagalog words?
Mahal kita.
Maganda.
Richie, ano kinakain ni Sarah dyan? May Filipino food din ba kayo?
Minsan po, nagluluto po ako. Pero karamihan po, Japanese na po. Japanese, pinaghalo-halo ko na po. Minsan
Halo-halo.
European,
Okay.
parang kasi I work in the hotel, so yun nga,
Mm.
pinaghalo ko na lang po.
Yeah, you're a hotel chef, di ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wow.
Now, Sarah at saka Richie, yung nangyari kay Yuka Saso, pinagpili siya ng Japanese government
Opo.
ng citizenship. Sa tingin mo ba, ganun din ang mangyayari kay Sarah? Ipagpipili ba siya kung anong citizenship ang gusto niya, tapos doon na siya magko-compete for either Japan or the Philippines? Ganun ba yun?
Siguro yung sa side naman ni Yuka, ewan ko lang po bakit niya, hindi ko alam kung anong desisyon niya, bakit nakapag siya ng yung Japanese,
Mhm.
pinili niya yung Japanese side. Kay Sarah naman po, sa ngayon, siguro focus muna kami sa sa Philippine team, saan po natin, sa side natin.
Mhm. Pero sa tingin ko naman depende sa atleta yun because si Kiyomi Watanabe,
Yes
over
po.
22 years old na siya, nag-compete siya for the Philippines in the last Olympics. Nakatira naman siya sa Japan. Baka
Oh.
parang special case lang siguro si Yuka kasi nanalo siya ng Women's Open. Kanya pinagpili siya kasi gusto rin yata ng Japan na mag-represent si Yuka sa Japan . Ganun siguro.
Siguro sir, baka because of the siguro, because of the money, siguro, lang sir
Oo. Pero si
Kasi alam
Sarah
mo-
will be competing for the Philippines all the way.
Yes po. Opo.
All the way. Yes.
Opo.
Okay.
Ayan, she's wearing the Philippine flag, Philippine flag and
Yeah.
A6. Good combination. Okay,
Ayan, si
Quinito,
Joco
let's
naman.
shift naman to Joco.
Yeah.
So Joco
okay.
Joco is also competing in the
Kata?
kata, all in the World Championship. So Joco, is this your first World Championships? How do you feel about it, and gaano ka kahanda para sa competition?
Hello po, good evening. First off po, eto na po, it's my first time competing the World Championships and sobrang excited na po ako mag-compete po ulit. Since ang hirap po mag-compete po in this pandemic, nung last Paris qualification, ang feeling ko po talaga nun sobrang excited po. So now, since meron na naman po ulit na competition and World Championship, ngayon po excited na po ulit ako.
Okay, so in the
Joco,
kata, Quinito, there's no parang weight category, no? It's ano yung
No.
class? Ano yung mga category na sasalihan?
Opo, wala po siyang weight category, pero still may mga time din po na need namin i-maintain yung weight. Kasi, for example, kapag kahit ang bigat mo, when you do kata, ang bigat, hindi mo mabuhat yung katawan mo.
Yeah,
May
that's
mga times po na ganun.
Tama.
Kaya, for now po, my weight is 60 and mini-maintain ko lang po yun. Then, ang payo naman po ng mga coaches ko is to increase my muscle mass po.
Si Sarah kaya, anong weight mo? Sarah,
So you also, go ahead.
I should type.
Sarah, anong weight mo? Kung si Joco 60, ikaw, anong ideal weight mo?
Yung good yun. 62. 62 daw po. Opo.
62. Okay.
62?
Yeah,
Yes po.
62.
Siguro masarap ang luto ng daddy eh.
Malaki ang legs niyan, malaki legs.
But Joco and Sarah, I wanted to ask, and Jamie na rin, in the coming World Championships, sino talaga yung pinaka mahirap na competition nyo? We'll start with Joco.
Competitor po ba?
Oh, yung kalaban.
Actually po, when it comes to kata po, ang pinakamahirap po, ang kalaban po talaga namin dyan, yung sarili po namin. Kasi po, wala po kaming makakaharap na like sparring. Imaginary opponent lang po meron po sa amin. So for us, katas, our very, very strongest opponent is ourselves po. Challenge po namin sa sarili po ito na kung paano po namin i-impress po yung mga judges, paano po namin kukunin yung attention po nila, yung full attention po nila. So, yun po, pagdating po sa kata.
Joco, dun sa qualifiers sa Olympics in Paris, umabot ka ng third round. Konti na lang, nakakuha ka ng ticket to the Olympics, no? Anong experience ba doon? Anong mga natutunan mo in that competition that you feel na pwede mong dalhin dito sa World Championships to be a better performer?
Actually, nung pagdating po sa Paris po, nung nakita ko po yung mga ibang competitors, pag kinumpare ko po ako po yung pinakamaliit.
Okay.
Actually, second to the smallest. Then dahil po doon, syempre ina-expect po na iba na dahil malaking tao ito, mas malakas ito, mga ganun po ba. Pero nung nakita ko po sila nagpe-perform, nakita ko po tao din po sila. Kung kaya po nila, kaya po din natin. So, yun po ang nagpa-motivate po yung nagpa-motivate po sa akin at dahil po doon sa mindset po na yun, nakarating po ako ng third round. And hindi rin po dahil sa akin, kundi siyempre sa gabay po ng Panginoon po natin, andyan po lagi siya. So, ginabayan po talaga ako. Then dahil po nung nakaabot po ako ng third round, lalo po akong na-motivate na sabi ko po, kayang-kaya ko pa po. Mag-training pa po ako. Tapos mga coaches ko po, andyan po lagi, ginagabayan po ako. Talagang inaalagaan po kami mga atleta po.
Kumusta naman si Coach Chino de Guillas? Yung mga komite, meron silang coach, okay. Kayo naman si Coach Chino, kumusta naman siya bilang coach ninyo?
Actually po sa kata po, dalawa po coach ko po, si Sensei Chino and Sensei Rodi po sa national coach po. Sila po ang gumagabay po sa akin po dito po sa Pilipinas. Grabe po ang training po talaga namin. Lalo na po talagang inaalagaan po kami. Kunyari po, pagdating po ng training, tatanong-tanongin pa po, okay, kamusta yung muscle mo? Meron ka bang stiffness na nararamdaman? Laging kinakausap po nila ako. Kasi pagdating po sa kata po, every techniques, dapat wala pong stiffness po ng muscle po yan. Kaya tinatanong-tanong din po ng coaches ko po yun. Lalo na po, kahit hindi po nila tinatanong, makikita din po nila sa galaw ko. So hanggat maaari po, nasa right track po dapat ang training namin, which is yun yung ginaguide ng coaches ko po sa akin po. So sobrang thankful din po ako sa kanila po at ginagabayan po talaga nila ako sa lahat ng mga trainings ko po.
Dyan?
Quinito, I've watched several kata competitions. I remember in the Asian Games, I was watching in the SEA Games. Ano ba talaga yung, how is it scored? Ano yung mahalaga sa scoring? Ano yung mga tinitignan ng judges na kailangan yung ma-perfect para makakuha ng mataas na point?
O, tanong natin kay Richie.
O Richie.
Oh,
Is it different for girls and for boys?
Dahil lang po, hindi po ka-expert sa kata. Ko yung si Mrs. Commander.
Yeah, okay.
What is the difference?
More power and then
more.
No, how is it scored? What do
sabi
the
po niya, ma'am,
judges look for?
Pagdating po sa men po, ma'am, more powerful, more power. Pagdating sa babae,
Power sa men, okay.
pagdating sa babae,
skill and beautiful.
skill and beautiful daw. Sabi niya.
Oh,
Wait,
skill
that's-
and beautiful. Skill and beautiful?
Yeah,
Is
I
that-
mean,
The way of the
the way of the performance. I mean, kasi yung lalaki kasi medyo yung power nila mas kaysa babae yung nila tawag nun.
Richie, yan ba si Miyuki? Yan ba si Miyuki?
Snappy yung...
Parang nga po, snappy po.
Richie, yan ba si Miyuki ang kinakausap niya?
Oh, nandito po.
Pakisali nga sa sa picture niyo para makita din natin.
Sige po.
Si Miyuki. Miyuki is the mother of Sarah. So now we have a new family.
No.
Yeah.
Come on, Miyuki.
Konnichiwa.
Miyuki.
Welcome to Play It Right TV.
Yes.
She just chose mahihayin po, sir.
Mahihayin. Ilan ba sila magkakapatid ni Sarah?
Dalawa po.
Dalawa lang sila.
Opo. Yung isa,
Sarah,
nagkakarate rin po.
Kata din?
Girl or boy?
Kata po. Babae po.
Okay. Younger or older?
Younger po.
Okay.
I want to go back to Ricky Quinito. So aside from this World Championships, you are also preparing the team tuloy-tuloy for the Asian Championships in, did you say Kazakhstan in December? Can you tell us about that?
Yes, the championships in Kazakhstan, the Asian Karate Federation Championships will be held in Almaty on December 18 to 22. So it's going to be a quarantine Christmas for us.
Yeah.
So
No way. These athletes are going to spend Christmas in a hotel?
Yeah, we have no
5
choice.
days.
It's a part of the sacrifice, but it's also part of their own glory as well, no? Because they need to attend in these championships because there are, for next year kasi, we will be starting with the qualifying points already, no? So in next year's World Championships, if you don't have points, you cannot attend anymore. Kasi we're getting so big. Karate, the karate community is so big already. In this World Championships, it's despite the pandemic, there are 149 countries participating. Imagine that. Kung wala, we reach almost 200 competitors per category. So ganun na. So that's why we are having this continental qualifying para we can limit the players that will go to the World Championships. So they need to attend talaga. And it's also part of their preparation for the coming SEA Games and Asian Games. No? So we have to select the best, and we have to give them the opportunity to perform well by competing in high-level championships, so they can assess what is lacking, what do they need more to do, ano klaseng training pa. Besides training kasi, you really need exposure to gain confidence. You have to have
For
control of the
sure.
you have to have control of the mat. When you go inside that mat, alam mo kung nasaan ka nakatayo. Hindi pwedeng pagtayo mo doon, ang iniisip mo, kinakabahan ka, pinapanood ka ng madaming tao. So, we have to remove that factor, no? That fear factor na stage fright ba, no? So, kailangan talaga ma-achieve nila yon. So, we're getting there. So with the help of our private sponsors, and also Philippine Sports Commission, and also Philippine Olympic Committee, we are getting there. So talagang I'm really pushing for these athletes to go as many competitions before the SEA Games and the Asian Games. So we already have a lineup of competitions also for next year. So I don't want to discuss that. Baka matrauma itong mga to So doon muna tayo for this tune muna.
And of course, Ricky, we cannot discount the possibility of karate coming back to the Olympics in Paris, and that's something I'm sure in the back of the minds of a lot of our athletes. And Jamie, I want to ask you, you've always been known as Samboy Lim's daughter, because Samboy Lim is a national hero. Everybody loves him, and everybody's praying for his full recovery. How much motivation does your father give you every time you compete? Because your father was such a hero in terms of basketball and what he did for our country when he was a national player. So, how much has he motivated you to compete for the Philippines in the best possible way?
Oh, my dad is my motivation for everything I do. So you
Really?
can only imagine, like for me, when I was 6 years old and then doing karate at such a young age, I would tell my dad everything. So I would cry to him when training would be hard, and I'd cry to him when I'd lose in competitions, and he'd just be with me and he'd motivate me. And I think growing up, I got the fighting spirit from him, like watching him and just being his daughter, being with him every day. I saw how he was and how he did things, how he was as an athlete. And I think I just tried to become as much like him as possible. So he's really my idol and my motivation and everything. And it's so special, especially nung nag-national team po ako, because I know, like when I played in the SEA Games, I know he did that too. And I'm just excited for the next SEA Games and for World Championships and for Asian Games to be just like him again. So everything I do, I dedicate it to him, and he's always in my mind and my heart. Silang dalawa po ni mommy. They're really my inspiration and motivation in everything I do. So I just want to thank him po. Because I know that I wouldn't be here without him and without him in my heart and mind po.
And tell us also about your mom, because she's the one I talk to very often. She tells me all about your activities, and she's really a hands-on mom. She knows what's going on in your life, in your career. Tell us about how she has also motivated you.
Oh, she is the best support system anyone could ask for. So,
Really?
yes, and she's everything. Like even though she's not an athlete, it sounds like she is because she really understands the athlete life. I think it's from
She's
being
been
with my
around
dad
it.
before. Yes, I know. So she gets it when I tell her how exhausted I am, or the nerves before competitions, and the highs after wins in competitions, and the lows after losses. She just really understands
And the
everything, and
and
it
the
it
meal
helps.
before the match.
The meal, the meal, like Jollibee.
No,
Kailangan may Jollibee before the match, and kailangan may
no
orange
kidding.
Gatorade.
Jollibee?
Yeah,
Jollibee.
yeah.
Jollibee is
So
your
she,
pre-match meal?
yes, yes, the yum with
Really?
cheese
Oh
Wow.
my
and
gosh.
Anong
fries.
in-order mo sa Jollibee?
Yum with
Anong
cheese,
in-order mo sa
fries, and iced
Jollibee before
tea.
your
Yes
competition?
po.
Oh my.
Yun, yum with cheese, fries, and
Very
iced tea. And then
interesting.
with the orange Gatorade, kailangan po. So I remember in Paris, we
Baka
were supposed to
nakikita yung
come
Jollibee
home.
dyan.
Yeah. We were supposed to come home po before the Paris qualifiers, but that didn't happen anymore because of the quarantine situation. So what she did was she sent orange Gatorade because there wasn't any orange Gatorade in sight. So ayun, she's the best support system and manager and just all around and inspiration and everything. So she also motivates me to do well in everything. She's also my idol. That's why I got the summa cum laude because I want to be like her. And I also have her in my heart when I compete and play. So sila ni Daddy, they're my biggest inspirations.
That's so good. Well, Ricky, we're so proud of your athletes. We wish you all the best in the World Championships, and we'll be keeping track of the performance of these outstanding Filipino performers that you have. Is there anything that you would like to say to the mga Pilipino before you set out to Dubai?
Well, for the athletes, that are competing in Dubai, you have trained so hard, and now is the time for you to show what you have prepared. And but the most important thing is you just enjoy this competition, and just do your best. Um, Everything will fall in the right place. Kasi pinagandaan niyo yan, and then ito na. It's time for you to shine. So I hope you guys win this time and make a name. Promote karate. That's it.
I also wanted to ask you, Ricky, just before we wrap up the show, Junna wasn't able to join us. I guess meron siya technical difficulties. She's all the way in Serbia. Can you tell us a little bit about Junna? Is she ranked world number 2 now? And she's fighting in the minus 50 weight division. In the Olympic qualifiers, she had to fight at minus 55 because walang minus 50 doon. Do you think that
Correct.
fighting at minus 50 in the World Championships, the same weight division where she won a gold in the 2019 Southeast Asia Games, you think that her chances will be greater and that she'll be able to bring home a medal of any color? What do you think?
Yes. Unfortunately, during the Olympic qualifying and then during the Olympic Games, they had to cut down some weight categories to minimize the number of events. And her weight category was cut, which is the minus 50. That's why she had to compete in the minus 55. Given that situation, she fought, she trained so hard, and she even won in some gold medals in the Premier League, no? So I think she could have won, no? It's just breaks of the game. But now in the World Championships, since the minus 50 is back, I think she's going to dominate it.
All
And
right.
ranked
Sounds
number
good.
2 right now. Ranked number 2
Uh-huh.
now. So
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that podium finish and hoping that we can get the gold medal.
Well, Diane, just a final word from all of our
Fantastic.
athletes. My question to all of our athletes is, to whom will you dedicate this World Championships to? Ikaw muna, Joco, all the way from Tagupan. Kanino mo i-dedicate itong paglaban mo sa World Championships? Nakikita ko dun sa pader mo, Animo Sambeda.
Opo.
Joco.
First of all po, ang dedication po nitong laban ko po ito, unang-una po kay God po, dahil andyan po siya. Then sa mga parents ko po, to my parents, of course, the federation din po, lalo na po, ang laki po ng naitulong po nila talaga sa aming mga atleta. So, itong laban na ito para din po sa federation po namin. And of course, to the Filipino people po na nagsusupport po sa amin, buo. And of course, sama ko na rin po yung the Dagupan people po, Dagupeños and Pangasinense para din sa inyo po itong laban na ito. At maraming salamat po sa pagsusupport po ninyong lahat. Thank you po.
Yes. Okay, Sarah naman, ikaw. To whom will you dedicate this championships to?
I want to return for my
Country.
country, my teammate, coach,
What they did.
For what
about for
What
what
they
they
did.
Did to
did
me.
they did to me.
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. And Janie?
Yeah. So of course, as usual, to my parents, my mom and dad, they're really my inspiration and everything. So I'll definitely have them in my heart when I compete there. And syempre, the whole country, I'm so excited and I really hope that I bring the flag up there sa podium. I'm hoping talaga. Of course, the team and Karate Pilipinas, thank you for the opportunity, for sending me, for training me really well. Malaking bagay po to be able to compete in the World Championship. So I'm super grateful and I really will do my best. And just everyone. So thank you for all the supporters and I'll do my best po.
Dyan, your final word?
Well, thank you for being on our show. I can feel sa mga nasabi nyo that you've worked so hard for this World Championships. And Ricky, I want to commend you for giving your athletes the environment and the opportunity talaga. Kasi, as you know, it's really constant training, international exposure, the best coaches. And I think they're getting that now. And I'm very excited for karate and the results that you will produce in the many upcoming competitions. So mabuhay kayo. God bless. And thank you so much for being on Play It Right TV.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you,
Ricky.
thank you.
Thank you.
Best of
Keep
luck
us
to all of you.
posted. Whether you are someone who loves working out or taking part in different sports, or a person who prefers to look and feel good, playitright.com has something for you. Playitright.com is a one-stop shop that provides the needs of serious athletes and stylish individuals, featuring well-known and respected brands like Asics, Molten, Mikasa, Mueller, Donjoy, Butterfly, and countless others. PlayItRight.com offers premium products at very reasonable prices. So no need to look elsewhere. Check out PlayItRight.com now in the link below.
What an exciting episode we had, Dyan. Our karate team. Too bad that Junna Tsukii couldn't join us. I think she was having some technical difficulties out of Serbia, but Ricky Lim was there. You could see that they were so excited going to the competition. It's going to be tough because there are close to 150 countries that will be represented in the World Championships. But karate is a very established sport with a lot of really good competitors all over the world. And we saw that in the Tokyo Olympics for the very first time because karate was introduced in the Olympics in Tokyo. And we're just hoping that karate will still be there in Paris because personally, I want Jamie to go. I want Junna Tsukii to show why she's world number 2. And, maybe they can give us a medal, but karate has to be there in Paris.
Yeah, well, I'm just listening to these athletes, Quinito, you can feel their passion, their dedication, and their commitment to their sport. Imagine they're gonna be in a quarantine hotel on Christmas, right? Because they're competing in the World Championships. I'm very excited for the results that they're gonna be producing, and I take my hat off to Ricky Lim for just giving them the opportunity to train, and of course the right coaches. And I think that it really has a very bright future for us, and excited for the results of the World Championships, the Asian Championships, and the SEA Games. The last time they won 2 gold medals. I think we're gonna win a lot more than that. And the Asian Games, I think we have a really good chance in the Asian Games if they continue. Imagine si Sarah, she's being trained now by the Tokyo Olympic silver medalist, diba?
Mhm.
So, and you can see, with both parents committed, then they definitely have the right ingredients to succeed. So good luck to our national karate team competing at the World Championships in Dubai starting November 15th. And thank you so much for joining us on another episode on Play It Right TV. I am Dyan Castillejo.
And this is Quinito Henson.
And we are always here to play it right.
Play it right.